Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we rise and acknowledge the presence of the Governor of Rivers State, His Excellency Nyesom Wike, Commander of the Order of the Niger, Grand Commissioner of Rivers State, Port Harcourt, Governor of Rivers State. Also in this company is His Excellency the Governor of Ekiti State, Dr. Kayode Fayemi. The presence of the Governor of Rivers State, His Excellency Nyesom Wike.
In spite of the short notice, this is the second time you have come to honor us. The first was when we invited you to commission the Rumuwoji or modern market, and today again you have come here to flag off the construction of the Magistrates Court Complex in Port Harcourt. We sincerely thank you, knowing fully well how busy you are, trying to coordinate the affairs of the governors and also trying to solve the turbulent nature in your zone, your organization. So it's not been easy for you. So I really appreciate and welcome you. Yes, let me first of all say that the statement made by the representative or the person who spoke on behalf of the body of senior advocates, the former NBA President Okewale, that somebody said I was concentrating so much on judiciary. I want to say that that person is one of the mischief makers. If I were you, I would have asked him, it is the judiciary that is using all the roads in Port Harcourt. It is the judiciary that is using all the flyovers in Port Harcourt. It is the judiciary that is in charge of all the capital funds put in our hospitals. It is the judiciary that will enjoy the housing complex of the lawmakers that will be commissioned in January. All these things are all for judiciary. So tell the person that is one of the mischief makers. There's no arm of government in our government that can say they have not received adequate attention. Not one. Not one. If you see the money was spent in the health sector, you cannot compare it to what was spent just in the judiciary. I'm not even talking about the association called Nigerian Medical Association. The money we are putting there, NBA cannot talk about it. So people should be fair enough, because it's not because I'm a large venture. It is the responsibility of every government to know that each arm of government must have their own share. So what is applicable to the judiciary, it is what is being allocated to them in the budget. So there's no different attention being paid to the judiciary. Again, this will be the last time in my administration, of course, we're winding up, that the executive will carry any other project for the judiciary. This is the last time. We're already constructing the Riverside Judiciary Institute, it's ongoing now. We're constructing the Federal Judicial Service Commission Liaison Office for the South Side, which was allocated to Rivers State. It's also ongoing. So to wrap it up with this Magistrates Court Complex building, by the time we are done in next 8 months, we believe that wildlife permits will come back here and commission this sports complex. We will not go beyond 8 months. No. We will not allow it to spread over when we hand it over. No. It must be finished in the next 8 months. Let me say something that I find very disturbing. I find very disturbing because it is a self-indictment That indictment was made by the chairman of the Port Harcourt branch, was made by the Okewale, the president of the former president of NBA, who spoke on behalf of the body of senior advocates, and indictment again by the chief judge itself. You said that people sit in the morning and people sit in the afternoon because of no space. Then that question now becomes, what has the judiciary been doing with their capital budget? Because I'm surprised. The judiciary has this capital budget. Then what have you been doing with your capital budget? Because all this that has been done is being done by the executive. We release their capital budget as at when due. So what have you been doing with their capital budget? And again, what do you recommend for the appointment of new magistrates when you know there's no court for them? Why? So it is not just coming here to tell me the court sits. You have indicted yourself. Because the state government has released their capital project as at when due. As I speak today, we are not owing the judiciary any dime. And I challenge anybody to say so. I've been in this office for 6.5 years now. When have ever judiciary commissioned their own project, other than the one executed by the state government? When? Be the Consumer Court of Appeal, this one they called last. In fact, I was surprised when I heard that when you go to the president of the Consumer Court of Appeal office, that water leaking everywhere. And I called the acting president and said, look, I hear water is leaking. He said, yes. I said, you're not ashamed to say that. You want me to come again and repair after you collect their capital budget, after you collect their recurrent expenditure? What is it meant for? I told him. So when you talk about autonomy, now the autonomy has come. Now the money has been released. So it's really unfair. It's really unfair. So I have to say it so that people know. If you ask, since 2015 I came on board, what has the Consumer Court of Appeal, with all the funds we have released to them, 6.5 years now, the recurrent expenditures we have released. So every time the executive is muzzling the judiciary, that's all the allegations you hear. Next year's budget, I have increased the capital and the current expenditure of the judiciary over 50%. Don't clap hand. Don't clap hand for me. It is easy to clap hand. It is easy the day I step out here. Different things will be said. Now, Mr. Lord, my Lord the Chief Judge and my Lord the Acting President of the Court of Appeal, you know, you cannot. It's unfortunate you are now at the helm of affairs. So whatever I said that should be on your head. It's not that you were there as Chief Judge or Acting President from 2015 to now. You just came May. But the point is, if you look at our records, we buy cars, we do everything. So we now ask ourselves a question. I told my Commissioner of Finance, I told the Engineer, come. All these things we are releasing money to them. What are they doing with it? Where are we still the ones buying this, doing this, and that? I went to court the other day. I was in the witness box. I was dying of heat. I said, oh my God. I was dying of heat in the court before Justice Enebele. When I came out, I called my lawyer. I said, look at this court, no air condition. My Lord, from next year, it will no longer be easy. If I release funds, the money should be used and applied for the purpose for which the fund is released. I want to beg all of you. I've told anybody who cares to know that one thing in life is, when you have an opportunity, do a different thing that people, when you leave, will say, when you were this was what happened while you were here. It is very, very important. And I've told anybody who cares whether you like my face, you don't like my face, nobody in this state who can deny the fact that as I leave, I have not made an impact in every sector in this state. Nobody can say that. Anybody who says that will go to hellfire. That I know for sure. No prayer can change it. That I know. So I can beat my chest and say, the judiciary, we made sure they got what they're supposed to get. The legislature, the same thing. So what will anybody blame? That's why I told my chairman that I was not going to be those who will sign. I told him, because the law says they're autonomous. What am I signing again? The law has already said they're autonomous. Why would somebody come and tell me the way I would do it to implement it? No. I'm implementing it the way we have agreed, the way the budget is. As we enter January, and what I will be doing now, the moment we release funds for judiciary, I'll tell Commissioner, go and address the press, that the capital budget of the judiciary for 2022 has been fully released. For the legislature, has been fully released. So that nobody will hold us responsible, because nobody agrees that the executive is doing anything. It's every time story, the executive is muscling all the other arms of government. In this state, nobody is muscling anybody. And I also believe in another thing. After a budget is an estimate. In fact, if you see what we have given out to judiciary, it's more than what is in the budget. So for that alone, said they can call for impeachment. So we are doing the best. By the time you come back to commission this project, you will see that we have given the best to the judiciary. This court is fitted with all modern facilities. All modern facilities. And then that was called decongest the State High Court. My Lord, I want to say, as they start moving, please, since your capital project fund will be released earlier by the grace of God, I want you to start to do certain things to put the courts in order so that they can be like courts. They can be like courts. You have requested for money for family court. We have also provided in the 2022 budget as you made your request. So everything judiciary had requested for, we have done that. So no more excuses. No more excuses. Let the conditioners work in the court. I have a matter 10, 11, 12. I'll be there again to see whether the air conditioners are working or not. You know, I'm a claimant in that matter. I will always go there. So I thank God and Mr. Chairman for coming to identify with us. This place has been a criminal den. And when the chief judge told me he was going to look for a place, I said, don't do. There's one place, government free land, that have been here for over years. Criminals took over the place. People came here, they were just, you know, people look at anywhere that's nothing is happening. They take it over. Even when they want to push them out, they are ready to go to court. A property you know that does not belong to you. The owner has come. He said, no, settle me before I leave. As if he had an agreement to even be there in the first place. So it took us time to even make sure they live here. And that's why we have not started this on time. But at least the contractors know, I have told them, now we have dry season. They must utilize it before the rains will start coming, so that they will not say the rains disturb them. I've told them, I've given them my money, our money. Don't put the money in the bank to raise, to make interest. If you make interest, you suffer for it, because there's no variation. There's no variation in our own job. We are going to pay as at when
So this is my camera. Hi. Judiciary. That's right.
Well, if you insist I must do it, I will.
He has to.
If you break it, you fix it. Okay. Right. Okay. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. We lay the foundation of this magistrate complex to the glory of God and the dispensation of fair justice in Rivers State.
Thanks for checking out SYMFONI on YouTube. Please be sure to subscribe and like our videos for updates.